Alright guys, Red here. Today is Friday the 27th of January and we've just had an inside Star Citizen for the first time this year. We had the environment team on and they've been showing us some of the things that they're working on for 3.19. It's looking like we're going to get some new crashed derelicts that may be entirely new, or maybe new variations of existing favourites in varying stages of decay. We were also shown some modular habitation units, and hopefully these will open up some new mission locations. The team were explaining how it's becoming possible to speed up the process using deployable templates and then overlaying variety on top of these using a few detailing passes. Model aging was shown from literally still on fire down to tetanus-inducing skeletal rusty remains, obviously with varying degrees of stripped and weathered in between. As we've already seen, some derelicts will feature little shanty towns and settlements built up around them, creating a little depth and some small narrative as to how the ship crashed there and who its occupants may be or might have been. There's a library of habs that they can deploy with various interiors and shelters, possibly for sleeping and bars and eating and power generation, etc, etc. So far they're looking like they're built from a hodgepodge of salvaged parts, possibly stripped from the ship itself. Either way, it's looking pretty evident that not only is the speed and efficiency of the development coming along nicely, but that there's some really nice variety being added here and there, and it's still retaining that hands-on, handcrafted approach, which is nice. Next up was Lorville 2.0. First off, we're going to expect a decent detail level increase across the city, bringing the materials closer to their final intended look. Passes have been made, adding a variety of tints and colours to the various buildings throughout Lorville. Emissives have been added, making that day and night cycle really work well and bringing the city to life at night. Sections of the city have been completely rebuilt and rearranged to make things work better, and new trenches and tunnels have been added, creating a more interesting environment to fly around in and visit. More landing pads have been added on rooftops for pick-up and drop-off mission types. The city is expanded quite significantly and the outskirts have some sense of purpose now, and we should see things like a quarry there and the fires of industry and cranes all adding a sense of ongoing work and manufacture. The spaceport itself has been moved, but only by a few hundred meters, just to optimise the view from the windows, essentially. The view from the trains has also been tweaked to be a lot more interesting. I'm guessing just to show off and highlight some of the better angles and vistas that will be available. It was also mentioned that the team wanted to make sure that the players could fly around without much restriction and that the buildings were realistic and could have living spaces within them. This should help further down the line with future planned content. Also, building interiors will be getting some more spotlight in a few weeks. That was everything on Lorville 2.0. 07 guys. Remember, like and subscribe for more Star Citizen comms straight to your Mobiglass feed.